King Herod, sometimes called Herod the Great, was a king of Judea who ruled the territory with Roman approval. While Judea was an independent kingdom, it was under heavy Roman influence, and Herod came to power with Roman support. The Bible depicts Herod as a monster who tried to kill baby Jesus. When he couldn't find him, killed every infant in Bethlehem. Historians today generally believe the story is fictional. While Herod did execute one of his wives and 3 of his children, he was also a prolific builder who renovated and expanded the temple in Jerusalem, the most holy site in Judaism. He also helped save the ancient Olympic Games during a financial crisis. While it's uncertain precisely where Herod was born, it's known that his father, Antipater, who died on 43 BC, came from Idumea, a region by southern coast of the Dead Sea. His mother Kyprops was from Nabata, a wealthy kingdom in Jordan that included the city of Petra. A Roman force led by a general named Pompey waged a military campaign in the eastern Mediterranean in 63 BC that forced the Hasmoneans, a Jewish dynasty that controlled what is now Israel, to agree to Roman rule. Herod and his father supported the Romans, and they were rewarded for it with greater power. By 43 BC, Antipater, Herod and Herod's eldest brother, Phasael, exercised quasi-royal powers in the land with the agreement of the ineffectual and accommodating Hasmonean high priest, Hyrcanus II, who ruled only in name. But the control the 3 men had was tenuous. In 43 BC, Antipater was assassinated by poisoning. Then in 40 BC, the Parthian, aided by a revolt, took over Jerusalem, killed Phasael, installed the royal regime, and forced Herod to flee to Rome. After his arrival in Rome, Herod sought out the support of Octavian and Mark Antony, who were allied at that time. The two agreed to make him king of Judea. Herod returned to Judea, and by 37 BC, he retook Jerusalem and other parts of the region with support from the Roman military. Herod's position was still weak. However, family members from the Hasmonean dynasty, who had been in power before the Romans arrived, resented the fact that the Romans had made Herod king of Judea. Herod married Mariam, the granddaughter of the former high priest, Hyrcanus II, in an attempt to bring family members from the Hasmonean dynasty into the fold. She bore him 3 sons, Alexander and Artabulus, as well as his 3rd son, who died young in Rome, and 2 daughters, as Vermes wrote. Herod executed Mariam in 29 BC over accusations that she had committed adultery and had tried to kill him. Herod had at least 10 wives and believed that Judaism allowed polygamy. The king also executed his sons, Alexander and Artabulus, in 7 BC, and Antipater too. Herod accused the 3 sons of trying to kill him. Herod confiscated property belonging to those who he believed did not support his rule. The confiscation of the wealth of the hostile Jewish upper classes made him exceedingly rich and provided Herod with funds to pay for the continued goodwill of his Rome overlord, Mark Antony. Additionally, Herod found himself in conflict with Cleopatra VII, Queen of Egypt and lover of Antony. Cleopatra VII coveted Herod's territory and used her influence with Antony to persuade him to turn over some of Herod's territory to her. The alliance between Octavian and Antony came to an end in 32 BC, and two faced off in civil war, with Antony controlling the eastern parts of the Roman Empire and Octavian the west. Herod supported Antony and ended up on the losing side as Antony was defeated at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC and committed suicide in 30 BC. Herod sailed to Rhodes to meet Octavian, not sure what would happen to him. When he met Octavian, Herod took off his crown and told Octavian that he had supported Antony to the end. The ancient historian Josephus wrote, I am defeated with Antony, and with his fall I lay aside my crown. I have come to you placing my hope of safety on my unblemished character, and believing that you will wish to know not whose friend, but what sort of friend I have been. Octavian was so impressed that he not only allowed Herod to remain king, but gave him back the territory that Antony had given to Cleopatra VII. Without a doubt, Herod was the greatest builder in the Holy Land, planning and overseeing the execution of palaces, fortresses, theatres, amphitheatres, harbors, and the entire city of Caesarea. And to crown them all, he organized the rebuilding of the Temple of Jerusalem. The first temple, which had been built by King Solomon, had been destroyed when the Babylonians captured Jerusalem in 587 BC, while a Jewish temple was built on the site in the late 6th century BC. Herod built a new temple that was far larger. Historians today often call it the Second Temple. Other famous sites Herod constructed include Masada, a cliff-top palace fortress decorated with beautiful mosaics, and Herodium, a complex located 7.5 miles from Jerusalem that contains palaces, a bathhouse, a pool house, and other structures that are constructed on top of a human-made hill. Herod also helped to save the ancient Olympic Games. He donated a large sum of money from the financial support of the quadrennial Olympic Games, the survival of which was threatened by lack of funds. And because of Herod's financial assistance, the organizer of the ancient games elected Herod perpetual Olympic president and recorded it in inscriptions. Historians generally believe that Herod died in 4 BC, although there have been arguments made that he died in 5 BC or 1 BC. The Gospel of Matthew claims that he tried to kill baby Jesus and succeeded in killing all the other babies in Bethlehem in an event that is sometimes called the Massacre of the Innocents. Today, historians generally regard these claims are untrue. The legendary Massacre of the Innocents may reflect a Christian dramatization of Herod's execution of his own children. Another story that mentioned Herod, told in the Gospel of Luke, claimed that Mary and Joseph had to be registered in a census at that time Jesus was born. This is also believed by modern-day historians to be untrue, as there's no evidence of the census occurring during Herod's reign. The fact that the Bible claims that Jesus was born before Herod died creates a problem that the scholars have long been debating. Was Jesus actually born in 4 BC before Herod died? Or did Herod live longer than the historians' records suggest and not die until closer to 1 BC? Or is the Bible's claim that Jesus was born before Herod died not true? The answer to these questions have been debated by scholars for well over a century. Rebellion brewed near the end of Herod's life. Shortly before Herod died, there was a group that tried to pull down an eagle, a Roman symbol from the Second Temple. Herod had the people involved with the act executed. The expectation of his death began to release the tension buried just beneath the surface of the calm kingdom. Josephus claims that Herod was so displeased in his final days, and Herod had to become so bitter to his own people, that he asked his sister Salome to kill many of them after he died. He supposedly gathered the most eminent men of every village in Judea, locked them up in Hippodrome, and gave orders to his sister Salome to kill them when he died. According to Josephus, Herod announced, "I know the Jews will greet my death with wild rejoicing, but I can be mourned on other people's account and make sure of magnificent funeral if you will do as I tell you." These men under God, as soon as I die, killed them all. But Salome disobeyed and released the prisoners when Herod died. After Herod's death, a massive rebellion broke out in his kingdom, and Rome had to send in military reinforcements. No surviving images of Herod exist today. Herod did not put his image on coins and rarely built statues of himself out of concern of offending Jewish beliefs that sometimes opposed the representation of human figures. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.